Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fresh Pack Friday. I'm Bear, and tonight is the final chapter in our Baldur's Gate draft box adventure. That's right, part 3. We've got the last stack of boosters left to crack open. So we've seen, some pretty solid hits. Lands so far have been our big ones. A few surprises, of course, and a little bit of heartbreak. But this is the final stretch to redeem the whole box. So we're gonna see what we can pull and see what we can do. If you'd like to see the adventure from the beginning, and this is the first time you're getting in to check this out, go ahead and feel free to click one of these two boxes here, and we can get you started from the beginning. Of course, as we've done with Monday and Wednesday, the following days we have released the price pulls on those. And like I was saying, Monday we did our first pull of 8 booster packs, releasing the video on Tuesday with the scans of those cards, and we had a price of $53.13 on the total value of that one. Uh, Following up on Wednesday, then we cracked open the second column of 8 booster packs, coming in with 53.44 for that, and that pricing was shown yesterday. So today we are going to crack open the last remaining column of packs here and get into these 8 remaining draft booster packs. We're going to see if we can beat this $53 mark. And let's lay these guys out here so you can see them right here. 8 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Set those guys up here. Let's get to cracking. And our first card is going to be our token card. It's going to be a soldier. Might have to clear some space off here so we don't we can get a better. Ooh, upside down card. Saw what that did the last time, so maybe we'll get double rare on this one. Now, something we'll do with these uh, is we will make sure that we have a particular. We'll do the scan of this one directly following these pulls. And we will find out who the actual victor is starting tonight, right after this is done. After we open that 8th pack, we will find out and get these scanned in. So it looks like the Feywild's coming in hard on this pack. We have a Feywild Visitor here. We had a Feywild Caretaker to start off our uncommons. Our first rare of the night is going to be a Basilisk Collar. And our foil is going to be a Colossal Badger. So let's see what we can get. Hopefully we can pull a mythic or two from this and get some decent pulls going. We got our first dungeon here, another upside down card, and with these guys we're just gonna burn through the bulk. Your commons we're just gonna Get these guys moving. Another land. Look at that. Ooh, back-to-back lands. That's pretty cool. Everyone likes lands, whether they're bulk lands or special lands. Always good to have. Treasure Keeper is going to be our first uncommon, followed up by the Sapphire Dragon. And our first rare is going to be Mazzy, True Sword Paladin. Second rare is going to be Illithid Harvester. And our foil is going to be You Meet in a Tavern. Best way to start every adventure. So 2 rares out of that pack. Again, we had, excuse me, we had that upside down card in the back. So it hasn't always been a indicator, but you know, sometimes there are signs and symptoms. So keep an eye out and see how we end up on that. This token we have again, another soldier token. So there we go. That's the first Mimic I've seen out of this whole set. So that's pretty neat. Got ourselves a campfire to start off our uncommons. There we go. There's our first mythic from the column. Miznik and Boo, Timeless Heroes. Legendary Planeswalker, Minsk. And our common, Scion of Hollister. And our rare, Blood. Oh, another mythic. Look at that. Double mythic on this pack. That is amazing. Blood Bunny. All right. And another rare. And it's our foil, Alundo the Seer. That was a great pack, guys. Couldn't ask for a better pack outside of maybe the Bronze Dragon. So that's great. The Ancient Bronze Dragon, of course, I think is the big hitter in this series. We'll double check that just to make sure, but I believe it is. And again, another soldier card. So great pack there. 2 mythics and a rare foil. I have a feeling this is going to be a really good way to finish out this particular series. So seen a lot of navigation orbs on these throughout these packs that we've opened, which is, you know, not a bad thing. Another Clockwork Fox. The faceless ones come up quite a bit, but again, you know, with bulk, you're going to see quite a bit of that. But this is still a pretty cool set. I've really, like I've said in the past, you know, I really like Dungeons and Dragons, and it teaming up with Magic is a fun thing for me. So here we have the Altar of Baal with the Bone Offering Sorcery. And our rare is going to be a Marble Diamond. Or our foil is going to be a Marble Diamond, excuse me. All right, guys. We're 4 packs in. Halfway there. I know it may seem like I'm burning through this here. Oh, got ourselves another dungeon. And an upside down card. So this one here could be another good one. But, you know, we've seen... Oh, here we go. Come on. but we've seen the bulk in two different videos, so no point to call them out and read them. We've already seen them. Now there's an alt art on the marble diamond, so that's pretty cool. And that's one of the things that I've seen with a lot of the newer sets is there's a lot of different alt arts and borderless arts making their way into sets. Stone Skin, Ghost Lantern, Cultist of Tiamat, Ganax Astral Hunter, Guild Artisan, and our rare, Traverse the Outland, and our foil is going to be Pack Attack. So, no huge draws on that one, but that's okay. We're, not everything can be a huge winner, but we're getting there. So, got ourselves a construct. There we go. Another alt art and borderless. Well, I can't say borderless because you can see the border, but an alt art on the moss diamond. That's pretty cool. Druidic Ritual. And our first uncommon is Banishment. Coming up with another Deathbringer. We saw him, I believe, in our first round. And our rare is going to be Gale's Redirection. And our foil is going to be a Gate Colossus. Going to be an uncommon on that one. All right, guys, down to the last two packs here. Another dungeon and an upside down. See where this takes us. Two lands. Guardian Naga. I like that art. That's a nice one. Another Tiamat's Fanatics. And for our first uncommon, Noble's Purse. Followed up by Yavrak, Yunari, Merchants and Marvels. Very nice. Dragon Artificer. Dragon Cultist. And our rare is going to be Ball, Lord of Murder. It's going to be a legendary god. And another rare coming in, Elder Brain. We have a creature horror. And for our foil, Pegasus Guardian. All right, double rare in that pack. All right, not bad, not bad. All right, guys, last pack of the Commander Legends Dungeons and Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate Draft Booster Box. See if we can get some magic in this one. Well, I mean, we get a lot of magic in this one, but again, 24 packs at 20 cards a pack. So that's not counting the tokens or the dungeons, but still a great set to have, whether you enjoy Magic or you enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. Here we go, another alt art again, Charcoal Diamond. That's a pretty cool one. That one's going to add black mana for you. There we go, another Mimic. Command Tower coming in. All right, And our first uncommon is going to be Rescuer Chunwa, Swiftfoot Boots, Stone Speaker Crystal, Rasadin Bashir, Flaming Fist. And our rare is going to be Bramble Sovereign for our mythic. That's awesome. And our foil is going to be Safana Calimport Cutthroat. Fantastic. Well, guys, that's awesome. So if we go through our rares and mythics here, so we've got one mythic, 2, 3, so 3 mythics and alt art. And then I know in our foils we've got a rare foil. So this could be the pack. So let's see what we've got going for price. All right, everybody. So without further ado, let's get into this final pricing here for the Commander and Legends Dungeons and Dragons. As always, we're going to try and something new and throw some music on to take a look at all this stuff. So enjoy, relax, and I'll break back in if anything pops up. All right, guys, so there we have it. Looks like a disappointing showing, even from our Mythics on this one. Coming in at $30.76. Couldn't break that $53 mark. Even with the Mythic showings, we thought we might have something good going on. But you know what? That's the way it works. So looking at this, we're looking at $136, $137 total for the box, which that's not bad. Had fun opening it, and that's really what it comes down to. So, uh, want to thank you guys for riding through this 3-part journey with me. If you've watched parts 1 and 2, you already know. You know, this has been a week long endeavor, and it's been something fun to do for everybody. So it's not just about coming in and cracking packs and being done. It's about building the anticipation and seeing what we can come up with. So to build on that, we're going to give you guys a sneak peek into what we've got coming up for Magic Monday and the next Fresh Pack Friday. Um, like I said, if you guys have been following along, it's been quite some time since I've been in the arena of Magic the Gathering. So for Magic Monday, we're going to do a 2-pack booster showdown. It's going to be Gate Crash versus Dragon's Maze. We're going to see who can take the victory on Monday there. And then Fresh Pack Friday, we're going to get into Guilds of Ravnica. These guys came out and debuted in, let's see here. We'll look at the back of this here, see what we can come up with. I want to say this was early 2000s. Typically, it's not hard to come up with. Somehow it's not telling me. There we go, 2018, Wizards of the Coast. First line on the thing, if I would have read it right. So, right here, 2018, Wizards of the Coast. So, 2018 Guilds of Ravnica. We got our 4 packs here. So that'll be our Fresh Pack Friday. Followed up with the following Monday, we're going to be taking Aether Drift versus Brothers War. So new versus old. Aether Drift came out, I believe, this year. Yep, 2025. This is one of the newer sets this year. And then Brothers War was, I believe, a 23. This was the Transformers series, so actually 2022. So that'll be interesting to see what we can come up with out of those 3. And for a very, very special episode of Fresh Pack Friday, not next Friday, but the following Friday, we're actually going to break into a box of Phyrexia. All will be one, and we are going to actually include 2 of our viewers. You guys have heard me talk about my son. He's actually going to make an appearance, and we're going to crack open that box with him and another viewer, and we're going to take the cards and build a deck, and each of us is going to build a deck, and we're going to play out of it. So you guys will see what we can make out of those. So again, thanks for stopping by on this Fresh Pack Friday, finishing out our 3-part series for Dungeons and Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate. Been a pleasure having you guys along. This is Bear. Be good to yourself, be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys around.